Hey everyone, welcome to your deep dive, all about GloRilla. We've got her concert info and her whole bio. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out how she blew up so fast and what makes her so
But
unique.
yeah, it's crazy how quickly she made it. Like, it hasn't even been that long.
I know,
Oh.
right? It's wild. Okay, so back in 2022, F.N.F, Let's Go,
Uh-huh.
comes out. And it just goes viral. Like everyone's doing the hashtag F.N.F challenge. And that's when things really took off for her.
That viral moment was everything. It
Yeah.
wasn't just that the song was catchy, it was raw. Like, you could tell she was being herself. And people loved that. And obviously the music industry noticed too, because she ends up signing with Yo Gotti's CMG label and Interscope, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm.
She didn't slow down either after that. It was hit after hit. Tomorrow 2 with Cardi B. That one made it to the Billboard Top 10. And both F.N.F and Tomorrow 2 hit #1 on the mainstream R&B hip-hop Airplay chart. It's got to be rare for a new artist, right?
Oh, definitely. It almost never happens to debut in the Billboard Top 10, especially for a female hip-hop artist. It just shows you how much that Cardi B collab helped, but also how much people were loving GloRilla's sound and getting to #1 on the R&B hip-hop airplay charts. That means she wasn't just appealing to one specific group of fans, she was going mainstream right from the start.
Okay, so 2022 was massive. But then 2024 comes around, and GloRilla's everywhere. TGIF, yeah. Glow Wannabe with Thee Stallion. All three of them in the Billboard Top 40 at the same time. And there's that Thee Stallion connection again. They clearly work really well together.
3 top 40 hits at once. That's like super rare, especially for someone so early in their career. It shows how much momentum she had built up and how smart she's been with her decisions. And yeah, Glow ended up being her longest running Billboard hit, which isn't just luck. That took serious consistency in this business.
It's clear she's ruling the charts. But then she does all this other stuff, too. She met President Biden at the White House, performed at Michael Rubin's crazy exclusive white party, hangs out with LeBron James, gets a shout-out from Rihanna. That's a whole other level.
For sure. It means she's becoming like a cultural icon, not just a musician. It's interesting how she's handling it all, too. She's staying true to herself while breaking into these spaces that haven't always been so welcoming to someone like her with her style and background.
And speaking of spaces, let's talk about live performances. Co-headlining that sold-out Hot Girl Summer tour with Thee Stallion. That was a power move. Then you've got the ESPYs, the iHeartRadio Music Awards, the Billboard Women in Music event, all huge stages, huge audiences.
Absolutely. It's not just about performing, it's about building her brand and really solidifying her spot in the industry. Those award shows are like a seal of approval from the music world, while a sold-out tour proves she can connect with fans on a personal level.
Which brings us to the Glorious Tour, kicking off pretty soon. Dates in Atlanta, D.C., New York, Boston. She's even going out west to Nevada and California, plus Bonnaroo in June. What does a tour like this say about where she's headed?
It's cool how she's putting this tour together. It's not just hitting the usual big cities. She's going to places like Atlanta and D.C., which are like hubs for hip-hop and really fit her style. And Bonnaroo, that's massive. It's not just a music festival. It's like a cultural moment.
On top of all that, she's got all these awards and nominations. The 2022 BET Hip Hop Breakthrough Artist Award, that was a no-brainer. Cool. But she's also been nominated for Grammys, AMAs, VMAs, iHeart Music Awards. That's some serious recognition.
It is. For someone so new to be recognized like that so quickly, it says a lot about how much of an impact she's having on the charts. And within the music industry itself, it's like she's not just a passing trend. She's here to stay.
And the media, definitely paying attention. ELE, the 6GQ Hype, VIBE, Spin Magazine, XXL. She's everywhere. She's not just a music person. She's a fashion icon, a voice for her generation.
What we're seeing is a real change in how the media sees and talks about women in hip-hop. GloRilla's challenging those old ideas and making them recognize her talent, her intelligence, her influence on culture. It's really cool to watch.
Okay, so we've covered her rise to fame. But before we get into why she's so successful, let's talk about her actual music. Her mixtape, Ehhthang Ehhthang, came out earlier this year, and it's already gotten 550 million streams just in the U.S. That's huge.
That mixtape is like her making a statement. It proves she's not just a one-hit wonder from going viral. She's a real artist with a real vision.
Exactly, and it's not just about the beats. Her lyrics are raw, honest, sometimes funny, sometimes they make you think. There's a vulnerability there I think a lot of people connect with, especially young women.
She's not afraid to talk about what she's been through, the good, the bad, the messy stuff. She owns her story, and by doing that, she gives other people permission to own theirs, which is powerful, especially in a genre that's usually dominated by men and their point of view.
It's like she's created this space where it's okay to be yourself, completely, even with your flaws. And that's something that goes way beyond just the music.
You can see it in her fashion, her attitude, the way she carries herself. It's like she's rejecting what people expect from women in music. And that's really inspiring. She's opening doors for a whole new generation of artists to express themselves authentically.
Okay, so we've talked about her achievements, her music, her cultural impact. It's safe to say GloRilla is a phenomenon. But what's behind all of this? What's the secret ingredient?
I think it's a few things working together. Obviously, she's got the talent. But it's more than that. She's smart about how she uses social media, how she builds her brand, how she connects with her fans in a way that feels real. And she's not afraid to take risks, to push boundaries, to challenge the way things are usually done.
Out of all the things she's done, what do you think was her smartest move? Like the biggest game changer for her career?
Ooh, that's a tough one. It's easy to say it was the collabs with Cardi B and Thee Stallion. And those are definitely smart and impactful. But honestly, I think her best move has been just being herself. In a world where everyone's trying to fit in, she stands out because she doesn't, and that's what makes her so captivating.
You're right. It's that unapologetic GloRilla energy that you just can't ignore. So she's already done so much, broken so many barriers. What do you see happening next? What's in the future for GloRilla?
It's exciting to think about, isn't it? She's just getting started, and she's already at the top. I wouldn't be surprised if she started trying different types of music, collaborating with artists outside of hip-hop, maybe even getting into movies or TV.
Wow. You're right. She could definitely take over Hollywood.
She has that it factor, that charisma that works anywhere. I think we'll see her keep pushing limits, surprising us, challenging what we expect. She's not just a musician, she's a businesswoman, a creative force, a cultural icon.
For anyone listening who hasn't really experienced GloRilla yet, what would you tell them? What should they check out first?
Honestly, just dive in, listen to her music, watch her videos, feel her energy firsthand. Start with F.N.F, Let's Go. That's the one that kicked off her career. Then listen to Tomorrow, too, to hear what she can do with Cardi B. And don't miss Ehhthang Ehhthang. It really shows her range and how good she is with lyrics. And if you can go see her live, that's where her personality really shines through. You won't regret it.
Great recommendations.
Okay.
So we've talked about her journey, her impact, why she's so successful. What does all of this mean for our listener? What's the takeaway here?
Yeah, it's like she's saying, this is me, take it or leave it, and people are definitely taking it.
Yeah, they are. And beyond the message, there's the hustle, too. GloRilla didn't just wait for things to happen. She went out and made them happen, you know? She took chances, worked hard, built her own career.
That's so important. Talent is great, but it's the drive, the dedication, the willingness to put in the work. That's what really makes the difference between those who make it and those who don't.
Absolutely. And GloRilla's story is a good reminder that success doesn't just show up overnight.